Hi guys, I'm Michael,
I'm Jen.
and together we are
Wildly Graceful.
We're here today to talk to you a little bit about our experience at Gander RV in Mesa, buying a RV from a dealership versus a private party, and we spent a bunch of time considering the pros and cons of both. This being our first RV, we kind of wanted the support of a big dealership, I think.
Plus the warranty and all the benefits that come with that. And we'll talk about more about what that's like.
And I'm sure those of you that have been RVing for years probably don't get a warranty, and you've learned to do stuff yourself and such. We're just not at that point yet. So
No, we want the security of someone behind us.
Awesome. So we're going to kind of talk through the components on our actual worksheet. So when we walked into the dealership, this is what they brought out. And they kind of teased us in. They showed us, they said, oh, you can get an RV for, what did we see? We saw an ad for $9,999. Or I really love when they tell you, you can have an RV for $99 a month. You can't have an RV for $99 a month.
I mean, maybe if you pay for almost the entire thing up front in cash.
That's a good point. The more down, the less your payments are, right? So we were looking to do industry standards, probably about 10% down on an RV is what the finance companies are looking for. So we wanted to go in with about that. And remember, we wanted to be closer to 10 than 20. So we weren't buying a super expensive RV. So obviously just your standard information, right? They ask for our name, our address, our information, standard stuff to put on a credit app. And they started with the MSRP. So just like buying a car, when you go in, they tell you the MSRP, manufacturer suggested retail price, is this. It is never what you should be paying. So it's this amount of money. In our case, it was about $16,000. Plus or minus. I don't think we have enough Monopoly money to get to actually $16,000.
For a cubby hole on wheels.
Exactly. So then they gave us a sale, right? And they said, oh, we're going to save you $3,000 and $3,405 because we're going to give it to you for $12,995.
Woo!
Never believe that that's the absolute rock bottom, because we went and did online research. And we found it by their sister company,
Camping World,
in a different state for $10,995. So we said, guess what, guys? We want it for $10,995, and they acted like that was a big deal. They're all, I don't know about that, and I was like, hey, it's your company and your ad and your website. So they initially, came back. So again, kind of push on them a little bit on the price, right? Don't let them start talking to you about four squares and all that stuff. Focus on the price of your trailer. Then they added a desert protection package.
Wah, wah, wah.
What is a desert protection package? Keeps all the scorpions and bears that are in Arizona out of your trailer. No, okay, maybe not. It's your fabric and paint protection, right? Our trailer is going to be stored outside in the Arizona sun. If you've never been to Arizona, it's currently about
108 degrees.
108 degrees. So that will burn the paint off of most anything.
And fade it as well.
Yeah, so this way we're protected for a couple of years. We did negotiate that down about half of what they started with. So we were able to get that in for, about $795. Then they get to the accessories, right? So this is all extra. That $99 RV is starting to move up, right? Because we added the desert protection plan. When you get to accessories, we're going to do a whole series on hitches, because I showed up with a 5,000-pound hitch. I was ready. 3,000-pound trailer, 5,000-pound hitch, I'm good to go. I wasn't good to go. So a whole other video on our first trailer mistake. It was the hitch. So we added a really fancy, extremely heavy hitch, sway bar hitch. That was $685 added back into the cost. And then there's a whole debate, I know, about brake controllers. Do you need them? Do you not need them? You only need them for big cars, big trailers. Again, first RV, added every safety feature I could possibly think of. So we did add a brake controller for another $186. And here's the fun part, right? Then they wanted to know if we were pre-wired. I'm pretty wired every morning. I have a cup of coffee, I'm wired. So they did try to charge us some money for pre-wiring, and I was like, I have a tow package on my car. It has the 7-pin connector, like we are wired. So that went out. Then they came with a setup fee. What is a setup fee? Let me tell you, this is your, do not generally see me get going on this because I get really annoyed with these setup fees. So they come with a setup fee, $1,500.
No, it's $3,000 and they're gifting you 50% of it.
Okay. And so what you get for the setup cost, I'm still not sure what I got for the setup cost. I did pay a little bit in setup fees because they did spend some time showing us every feature of the trailer. We walked around, we looked at everything from drain spouts to how the microwave worked, right? So there was some value in there. People's time is valuable. I'm totally fine paying for that. But we did negotiate it down. They wanted some crazy amount of money. We got it pretty cheap.
Still added to the bottom line though.
What I do love is they tell you, well, they're going to do a walkthrough and they're going to get the trailer ready for you. I'm like, yeah, it's a new trailer. It should be ready for us.
What they mean by that,
there.
in their defense, is they're going to put the battery on and fill the propane tank. That's about it. Oh, and they cleaned it.
And they put some water in the tank just so that they could show us that the water
Water's
worked.
expensive, right?
So overall, a great experience. Don't get us wrong as we walk through this. Gander was absolutely fantastic. Chris at Gander and RV Mesa was absolutely awesome. We recommend him, and Brian, the general sales manager, was awesome.
They were very patient, very responsive.
Yep. So, and then they go through the 4 square piece. What do you need your payments to be? Let's talk about transport fees. So they try to charge you the cost of taking the trailer from Coleman, where it exists, all the way to Mesa. They tried to charge us $2,225. $225? I'm going on vacation to wherever the hell this trailer originated from, and I'll drive it home myself.
But then they told us that every single dealer adds on a transportation fee.
We were at a different dealer down the street, and their transport fee was about $4,000. It was literally 1 block away, so I'm not quite sure how being 1 block further away costs you $1,800, but we nixed the transport fee. We were like, it's your job to have the trailers on the lot. I'm not paying for it. So negotiate out your transfer fees. And what we were left with was what we considered a fair amount before taxes, before fees. So you buy a car, Jen's throwing money at me, wouldn't be the first time. And
Ew. Haven't done that.
and so you have doc fees, you go into a finance office and they produce things. Somebody has got to pay for those dot matrix printers that those finance guys still use. So those are your doc fees. You're supporting 25-year-old technology. Somebody's got to do it. So same type of process that you'd go through in a car dealership, right? They ask you how much down you have. The more down you put down, obviously, the more the bankers like you. Perhaps the more your rate can come down. If you're walking in on a cash deal, you would think that you're going to get a better price, right? And that's not always the case because the finance dealers do get kickbacks on sourcing your loan, right? So you come in, you have X credit score, and they go source your loan. You get X rate percentage. Some of that rate is a kickback to the dealer. So just be aware, and it gets a little confusing around that because you're like, oh, I can get my own financing, and you can. Best rates I found on financing were through USAA. They were about 5.4%. So if you're a USAA member or have access to that, you can get an RV loan. Their timelines are a little aggressive. So the standard in financing timelines tends to be, if it's under $10,000, it's typically, you can finance for up to 10 years. To get to 15 years, you need to be in that $10,000 to $30,000, and to really get that 20 years that you hear about, like, oh, I can finance it kind of like a house, you really have to be over $35,000 to do that. You can't walk in and take a $10,000 trailer and finance it over 20 years, because they know that $10,000 trailer isn't going to last. So that's just a little bit about our deal on financing. I jokingly said, whatever you think the price of the trailer is, add about half of that in additional costs, right? Taxes, license, documentation fees for registration. You actually have to register your trailer. And it's fairly reasonable. Don't forget about insurance. You have to insure your trailer. We went through Good Sam. Good Sam outsourced our insurance to National General is who we have our trailer insurance with. So that added some cost in. And then those are kind of the costs, other than some of our other videos where we were furnishing it. Because if you have a trailer,
you're missing a big chunk.
Missing a big
You
chunk.
need a sewer hose.
Oh, the accessories.
A gray water hose, a white water hose, pressure regulators, surge protectors, dog bones, which is a power amp transformer. And they have it all ready for you in a basket by the door when you pick up your trailer for you to purchase. Oh, and toilet paper, that septic tank, at $1.50 a roll. Don't buy it all. Please do your homework in advance. We bought almost nothing from them. We either found the accessories that are absolutely required for RV travel at Walmart and Amazon, way cheaper, like significantly cheaper. So please don't be a fool and take that basket full of goodies, that they called it, home with you, because it'll cost you thousands of dollars. And you also want to make sure that you have a spare tire on that rig, or a spare tire set up, because especially with a single axle, you lose one tire and you're kind of done. So
it was kind of interesting, right? They rolled it out and they said, "You ready to go?" And I was like, "I don't think we're ready to go." Because there's no tire, right? No spare tire. Who would drive? Would you drive your car around without a spare tire? Probably not, right? Or
well, it's
or
easier to
something.
get a spare tire for a car.
So ours does have roadside assistance and all that good stuff in case we do get stuck. But we did have, the spare tire. All the money now, I made it rain, and all the money's on the floor. But the spare tire was, with the mounting bracket, was about $350 for a spare tire, a rim, and a mounting bracket. Now, some of you are going, "Oh, you can get that cheaper." I'm sure we could have. We had them do it so that it was attached to our trailer. Part of the thought process around negotiating and buying from a dealer and getting everything from the dealer, guess what? I'm so warranted. If any little thing goes wrong with this trailer, guess where the trailer is going?
Yeah, and they have free dumps there, free dump site, and they have service right there on their property. So living in Arizona, it's a nice thing. We can just go drop it off and get service for the next 5 years, I believe, and we're covered. So rookie, maybe it's a big mistake. We'll find out down the road, but we have zero skills when it comes to RV maintenance. Zero. Nor do we have the time with 2 full-time careers, and we don't want to. No one wants to be out in a 112-degree day fixing a trailer. So I think we're in good hands. We did the right thing for us. You might be different. So just know that the bottom line price is not always the bottom line price. There's areas that you can negotiate, and there's areas that you're going to be stuck having to spend. So overall, we probably spent close to the MSRP by the time we did everything.
I think our out-the-door financing price, right? Because you get this deal sheet, and then you go talk to, I don't even know who, Kevin. We go talk to Kevin in financing. Ryan. And they give you this really cool binder, which, it encompasses all your finance paperwork, which is just pages and pages and pages. So it's just like buying a car.
Yep.
So hopefully this helped a little bit, helped save you some time and some money. I still enjoy buying from a dealer. We just bought Ruby, our 4Runner. We bought that from a dealer. So some things, we tend to enjoy the dealer experience and the support that provides.
If you have any questions about your next RV deal, shoot us a question. We're happy to answer for you. And I'm going to go hook up the trailer and get her cooled down so we can show you guys tomorrow what she looks like on the inside.
Awesome.
All right.
In the trailer.
Episode 4.
In the books.
In the books.
Thanks,
like,
guys.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, please. Really does help us
Please.
out. Thanks.